Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and get right into the SPY and IWM game plan for tomorrow. I'm going to go over some technical analysis and get right into it. So, thank you for joining me and thank you for smashing that like button. So, let's get into it. 30-minute chart. Let's pull up. Or let's look at these daily expected moves first. So we have 615 to the upside, and we have 608.46 to the downside, and we have that actual monthly expected move of 618.01 to as some sort of hard resistance or at least intermediate resistance. So what I am looking for tomorrow, and I do have this marked out down here on the RSI, which is let me first and foremost say that this is honestly suggesting to me, this is telling me that there's a 2 hour pullback in the very, very near future. Most likely early next week. You're just going really, really flat. You're violating your divergences not only on the 30-minute chart but the 4 hour chart as well, as you can see. So what this is telling me is that there is a 2 hour pullback coming. I do not know when. I will most likely be getting into some sort of position to hedge if we do get that 2 hour pullback down here. Very, very possible down here, that 602.65. I do have the gamma flip currently at 602.31, so it'll be very interesting to see if we can actually come down here to that 6,598 level here on the SPY before actually moving higher and taking out that high before July 9th when the tariff pause lifts. So zoom in right here. Oh, and I'll get into the cyclic brackets too as well here in a minute to show you some more of my reasoning and why I am going to position into puts most likely at the end of day tomorrow's trading session. So I actually have a sell signal here from my algo on the 30-minute time frame. If it was me and I'm trading tomorrow, I am looking for some sort of pullback to that 608.46 level and some sort of grab, move higher, either to take out this high that we made today or even continue to squeeze in that 615. And it is possible that we can see something crazy and unexpected and pop up to 618 tomorrow. That is not out of the question. I think that is the least likely of the scenarios. I think the highest that we could probably get is 615 before some sort of 2 hour pullback, either down to the 606 or even lower to that 602 level, and then create that upper high into July 9th. That's pretty much the way that I'm leaning into, and then then we actually can get our daily pullback, which we haven't quite got yet. So that's what I'm looking at for tomorrow. Anywhere down here, that 608 level, I'll most likely be a buyer on calls and see if we can get one last squeeze. Like I said, the RSI is telling me like there is a 2 hour pullback very likely in the next few trading sessions, and you can see that you are still violating those divergences. We are still going to squeeze. I can pull up the 2 hour chart. We are turned way up on that 2 hour chart. A pullback in the morning, even a small pullback in the morning, to the 608 to 610 level before moving higher, is still the most likely the scenario. I am watching that 4 hour. You can see that we actually wiped that divergence on the RSI, and so that is telling me we are still in a buy the dip environment. So we have options expiring tomorrow for monthly, so it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what the market does. But let's go ahead and get into the IWM 30-minute chart. I apologize that my chart is just a smidge messy. Same thing down here. We'll go over our expected moves tomorrow. So we have 216.84 to the upside, and you have 213.97 to the downside. Get rid of this real quick. So same thing tomorrow. As I keep preaching that these guys are pretty much the leading indicator so far, or at least an advanced look into what SPY on the QQQ or the Qs are doing. Here I don't expect that much of a pullback. I would be surprised if we tomorrow broke this 214.77 level. I'm not saying that it's not possible, but down here at 213. 94 to I would say 214.75. Maybe we can revisit this block, find support. It's more likely that you're going to come down here and test 214.75 tomorrow. Then that's where I'll be looking for some sort of pullback. Just be careful if you see that thing actually start to pull all the way back. You have your gamma flip line here at 214.11, which is very interesting because of how close it is to that daily expected move to the downside. And if for those of you who aren't aware, that gamma flip level is very, very important because that's when the dealers are have to start selling their underlying security. And so a lot of the times, as you saw past two trading sessions, when you violate this, you actually find some sort of acceleration zone. I haven't came up with a great term for it, but that seems the most appropriate. You have an acceleration zone down to the next resistance. And so if this thing does fail that move up here, and create that structure to move to the downside, 212 would be my target, and that would be a massive move. $3 would be a massive move. I'm not really leaning towards that scenario currently. I'm still leaning towards some sort of pullback in the morning to that 4 hour or 1 hour, or even that previous day high level of 214.75 before squeezing up into the daily EM. Now I do have this tap box right here, so be careful in the morning because you don't want to be scared out of your position or take the trade at the wrong time, because you can always do this motion and then this is your weekly expected move. So this is also of course going to be a support or a resistance zone depending on what side you're on, before you actually see that move higher. And we can actually come up here to 217 and then pop back down and then see another movement higher. I don't think that's gonna get that far. I think tomorrow IWM has probably the best chance of seeing that monthly EM, as the Qs have already touched it. The SPY has not touched it. So I think tomorrow is our best chance of seeing that 217 level. So I'll be looking forward to seeing that. And as for the plan leading into next week, it'll probably be I'm gonna go back to the SPY daily chart and just kind of show you what I am looking at for some sort of move, and when you can expect it. Let me see where my cyclic lines are at. So I do have Monday, June 30th, as the next probable low date. Like I said, we might just get a little pullback, and we could actually, be late. You have plus or minus 3 days generally on these, and for the most part they've been between 18 and 20 bars between it. Between the lows, and so we can make an assumption that Monday is the most likely day that we're going to get that 2 hour pullback, and so end of day I will most likely be taking some dollar out of the money puts for both the SPY, IWM. I might even play the Qs, who knows, before and then seeing where we can actually come pop back down to. I would really like to see us test that 6,000 level, which is right around that 598 to 600 level, depending on how far that we do go down in that 2 hour pullback before trying to turn back up into July 9th. And you can see that the next low would actually take us all the way out here into August 4th, which is very interesting because that's pretty much where we had the EM panic carry trade happen last year. We had them move from 560 all the way down to 500. So that's it for me. I hope this is informative. If you guys Wouldn't mind smashing that like button. I'd really appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you in the Discord, and I think that there's a high possibility that we see a 5+X returns tomorrow on some 0DTE. So I'm looking forward to playing Spy at IWM. I'm gonna be playing NVIDIA tomorrow, so if you're not in the Discord, make sure you guys get in there. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I love Fridays. So with that being said, happy trading. Have a good weekend. I'll try to post a video most likely Saturday or Sunday as kind of a game plan, probably Sunday night, just so we what we're looking for going into Monday morning. So good luck tomorrow, and I'll see you in the chat.